Hi, good evening. I hope I'm audible, visible to everyone. Can somebody confirm, please? Yes, Harshit? Wonderful, great. Right, so we will continue with our series on quant-based puzzles. So whatever I'm taking here is very much in line with what appeared in CAT 25 in terms of difficulty level, in terms of relevance, in terms of everything. So these are all important questions, important puzzles. Right. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Sonak. How are you? Right. So before we start with the agenda for today, I'll just share with you the small thing. You are aware that we have started this batch, which is completely in English, and will be taken by four teachers: Ravi sir, Apoorv sir, Nikita ma'am, and I would be delivering here. And the subject-wise variants are also available. So this is the comprehensive course, and these are the subject-wise variants. This is quantitative aptitude by Ravi sir and Apoorv sir. This is VARC by Nikita ma'am, and LRDI would be taken by me along with the Apoorv sir. So these are the details of this batch. So anybody who is interested in studying with us and studying in English, this is the batch for you. Right. So coming back to the agenda, we'll do that same thing. I am going to show you a puzzle, very manageable, very doable, and something that you can do quickly, but you'll have to apply yourself. So uh, the suggestion here, the recommendation here for you would be to look at the data coolly, calmly, with the belief that you can do it, and then try and attempt it. You don't get it, no problem. There is no issue. We'll do it methodically in a structured manner. Ekdam aram se, gradually will understand how to go about it. But I would still want that everyone here tries it on its own first, because that way you extract the maximum out of any question, right? So this is going to be the thing. I am going to show you the question now. This is the problem in front of you. Again, if you look at this in terms of difficulty level, in terms of length, in terms of look and feel, this is what cat has been giving you for some time. Quite manageable. Don't get into random hit and trial. Don't try brute force. Apply logic. Look at this, think about it, apply logic, and see how you can minimize the number of cases, how you can minimize the number of equations if you use variables. Accordingly proceed. So I am going to put myself on mute for some time, and we'll give you time to solve this puzzle. So Harshit, Mr. Nobody, Sonak, everybody should try this problem and should try and get this right. Please get started. Try your best, and then you will enjoy looking at the solution. Hi, Ayan. I hope you're solving the problem. How's it going, friends? Could you do it? करा है किसी ने? Has anyone been able to do it? Guys, should we discuss it? Could you find an opening? Could you do something in it? And have you started at least? Okay. Feb and March. ठीक है. Just finish it off. We'll discuss after a couple of minutes. Yes, the first clue would not be that difficult. The problem would be when you try and figure out the values for B and C. Should I discuss? Should I explain this? When can we get started with this? Yes, Harshit. Sonak, Ayan, have you done it? Okay, then let me explain. चलो, let us look at this, guys. पर देखते हैं इसको थोड़ा सा. It's been some time, and let us see what we can do in this. I'll first explain the data set. What exactly does it say? Please focus here. थोड़ी देर के लिए just leave trying it on your own and look at this. Maybe you'll find a clue. कई बार क्या होता है ना, शुरू में a state gets stuck, तो maybe it's something like that. Let's see what it says. Not much data, and it is simple only. Four people, A, B, C, D, are billed at the end of each month for their water consumption. For any person, any month, the first 50 n liters are free, where n is a natural number. 50 n liters means, what would that mean? N is a natural number means you're talking about any such number, any number like this. It can be 50. If n is 1, it can be 100, it can be 150. Likewise, it can go. And so these many liters of water are free. We don't know the value of n. And every additional liter is charged at rupee 1. What is the meaning? So if you consume 70 liters extra, you charge 70 rupees, 100 liters extra, 100 rupees. Like that, it goes. Simple data again. The important thing is that n is a natural number. So 50 into n, 50 into 1, it becomes 50. 50 into 2, 100. 50 into 3, 150. So it would be some such number, like 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, something of that sort it's going to be, right? Okay. After that, we'll need to figure this out obviously later. Let's read this, what this says. Partial information about average water consumption in liters over different periods is given in the table below. And the table is explained. The entries in the table should be interpreted as follows. 250 liters was D's average water consumption over January and February. So this 250 is not the consumption of February. This 250 is the average consumption over these 2 months, January and February. So what it basically means is that we are saying 250 is the average of January and February. So what it says, I mean, if I have to just change this, I would say that these two values combined here would be 500. Do you understand this? This 250 was D's average water consumption over January and February. They can give the table in whatever format they deem fit, as long as they explain it. So they have explained that this value is the average for the first 2 months. And likewise, 300 liters was D's average water consumption over Jan, Feb, and March. So D, Jan, Feb, March would be this month, and this month, this, and this. So if the average is 300, how many months are these? 3 months. So 300 into 3 would be 900. So what it's trying to say is that this month plus this would be 900. Or if I have to show it like that, I would put it like this. That from here to here, it is 900. So you get the meaning of this? Everybody must have understood the table. Fine. So this 250 here told us that January, February, the average is 250. So the sum is 500. So this cell plus this cell should add up to 500. And this 300 here, this 300 tells us that Jan, Feb, March, the average is 300. So 300 into 3, 900. So the sum for Jan, Feb, and March should be 900. Now, when you look at this without doing anything, the values click to you, some values at least. So when these two sum up to 500 and these three sum up to 900, so 900 minus 500, can we say that this value, to at least we know immediately that this would be 400? We're not even solving it, just looking at this. But looking at this data, you can directly say that since these two add up to 500 and these three add up to 900, so 900 minus 500, we know this value, which would be 400. Ye kya likha tha? This was average for these 3 months. What I have written now here, this 400 is the consumption of water by D in the month of March, 400 liters, right? And this two we still do not know. But what we know about these two cells is that their sum would be equal to 500. So इस टेबल को आप इस तरीके से पढ़ोगे. Now some information is given here. In March, C paid the highest bill among the four. C's average water consumption from Jan to March was also the highest among them. C is at 1000. You can see that it's on the higher side. B's average consumption is a natural number. Okay. यहाँ पर जो number आएगा. Exactly one person received a 0 bill in a month. When would it be a 0 bill? When it's exactly 50 n liters. 50 n liters, it's free. It says no person consumes fewer than 50 n liters. 50 n liters से कम किसी ने नहीं consume किया. So somebody must have been at 50 n. Exactly one person. Whatever that number is, I don't know. It can be 50, it can be 100, it can be 150, whatever. But somebody is there at that number, just one person. And what else is given? No two monthly bills across all person months are equal. So if no two monthly bills are equal, and we already know that somebody got a 0 bill as well, it means everybody else's bill would be different. So all the consumptions would also be different. The bills would be different when the consumptions of water is different, right? What it says after that is, for each person, the monthly water bill is an integer multiple of 100 and increases from Jan to Feb to March. So what it also tells us, I mean, if you look at D, for example, this is 400. So what you know is that these two values would be less than 400. What does this 100 tell us? I mean, it gives a clear indication that all these should also be in multiples of 100. We'll come to it, but broadly we can understand what the data says. Are you with me till this stage? Everybody must have done till now. यहाँ तक तो कोई problem नहीं है ना? Just say a yes and then we can. Yes. Okay. Clear. Now, what you will do is that the gut feel says that these values should be in multiples of 100, but there is just one chance that can happen, that this value is not 100, but 50, 150 or something like that. It can happen. Now, what I'll do is just have a cursory look at the questions. Just have a quick look at the questions. What kind of questions are there? Who among the following received the 100 bill? So it means that it can be determined with certainty. If C paid the highest bill in each of the 3 months, what does this tell us? This tells us that there'll not be just one case. Whenever you find statements like this in the question, and it's always good to read the questions, just quickly, if C paid the highest bill in each of the 3 months would mean that there'll be multiple cases. Who among the following received the bill? Some parts would be definitive. If in at least one of the 3 months, again, if means again multiple cases. So what we'll do is we can remove these questions from here and we can try filling this table up neatly. Fine. Just one thing, remember what we have deduced already, that this cell would be equal to 400. Fine, this final one. Now tell me something here. Let me write this, just write this 400 here. What is it that I have written? This is the consumption in March for D. ये जो पहले वाली values थी, they are different values. They are not consumption, they are average consumption. So this 400 is the consumption of D in March. Now tell me something. You can definitely say 2-3 things will deduce from here. Can you definitely say that D must have paid for this 400 liters of water? Why must D have paid? Because it says that the consumption increases from January to February to March for everyone. So even if we assume that D got a zero bill somewhere, then also this would be one of the higher bills. ये तो ज़्यादा वाला होगा ना, इससे कम यहाँ होगा, यहाँ होगा. It means D must have paid for this. Now D must have paid for this 400 liters. And just read this part. For each person, the monthly water bill is an integer multiple of 100. So for B also, for D also, it must be a multiple of 100. Now, would D pay for the full 400 units? No. D would not pay for full 400 units because some units would be free. Just go back to this. No, when we talk about this 50N, this can be 50, 100, 150, but some units would be free. So the bill would be calculated like this: 400 minus 50, 400 minus 100, 400 minus 150, isn't it? It would be like that. But the problem is that bill is an integer multiple of 100. So can I say this 50, 150, etc. ruled out? नहीं हो सकते ना. In that case, the bill for D for the month of March cannot be an integer multiple of 100. It cannot be like that. Are you with me on this? You got the point, right? It cannot be like that. So what do we deduce from this? We can deduce then that this 50 here is not possible. Fine. This 150 not possible. So it has to be something like 100, 200 only, something of that sort. Fine. So it means basically that this n here cannot be 1, 3, 5 or any such number. This n then has to be something like 2, 4, 6. It has to be even. Then only it can happen in this case like that. Right? You got the point? So this is 400 and we have also deduced that this number, these free liters of water would be something like 100, 200, not 50, 150, which basically means that n has to be an even number, something like 246 and not 135, etc. Just leave it like that here for the moment. Now we know that this is 400, which we'll write also, and these two add up to 500, right? Now this is 400. Since the sum was 900, these two add up to 500. Now how can this 500 be broken up? What you know for sure is that all the consumptions of water here, everywhere, since now we have established that this would be 100, this would be 200, like that, and all the bills are in integer multiples of 100. So can we deduce that all the consumptions wherever they are, here, everywhere, all the consumptions here, they would all be in multiples of 100, because the free liters you already know, they would be 100, 200. The bills are in multiples of 100, free liters are in multiples of 100. So even the consumptions would all be in multiples of 100. Are you with me? So if the consumptions are in multiples of 100, and you know that they would be increasing from January to February to March, how can I break this 500 up? Which 500 am I talking about? This 500. How do I break this 500 up? Do it mentally, don't make any equations. Can I break it up like 100 plus 400? Can I do this? No. The problem is, then in that case, it will become 100, 400, 400, but it has to be increasing strictly. It says, if 100 plus 400 is not working, what would work? Can I say just one possibility is there? 200 plus 300 plus 400. Is this the only possibility? Can I say that? Tell me. Can there be any other number possible here? No. These two have to add up to 500. Everything is in multiples of 100. So the only possibilities, 100 and 400 are ruled out, because then 400, 400 would be the same, and they have to increase each month. So the only possibility that remains is 200 for January for D, 300 for February for D, and 400 for March for D. This we already established clear. Now, when we get these three numbers, what is the easiest to figure out? I mean, if you look at that, now we can never repeat 200, 300, 400. We cannot repeat that. It said if the monthly water bills are different for all these values, I mean, ये लिखा हुआ था ना, all the values are different. No two monthly bills across all person and months are equal. For each person is an integer. So if all these values are different, so can I say 200, 300, 400? Because all these would be bills paid. They cannot be free. Free तो एक ही है कोई. लिखा हुआ है ना, only exactly one person received a ₹0 bill in a month, and that would also be unique, because there is just this one person and nobody got a consumption less than the free amount. So there is just one person who got exactly the same consumption as the free units of water, right? And there is nobody else like that. So it means that all these values, 4 into 3, 12 values would be different. If all these values are different, how easy or difficult would it be to make a sum of 1200 here? तो बहुत आसान है. This average, this is 400. 400 is the average of Jan, Feb, March. So 400 into 3 would be 1200. To make this 1200, you don't have 200, you don't have 300, you don't have 400. How would you make 1200? Tell me. Are there multiple ways of making 1200? You don't have 200, it's gone. You don't have 300, it's used by D. You don't have 400, it's used by D. How would you make it? And you want unique values. There is just one possibility, absolutely, 600, 500 and 100. I mean, if you look at these values, अगर आप सोचो कि मैं इसके बना पाऊँ इसको, let's say, fine. So if you talk about values greater than 400, so what are the three smallest values greater than 400? So they would be 500, right? These would be the three values. This 500, 600, 700, इनका total तो बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. This would be 1800. And what do you need? This is 1800. What do you need? You just need 1200. So what it means is that the only way it can be made is that you will need to put in that 100 there. Now, if you put in that 100, 1200 minus 100 would be 1100. What are the two other values that you'll use? 500, 600. So what is it? These are the values. So this 1200 can be made only in one way, by using 100, 500 and 600. So just let me just write that. I'm not crossing these values. So when you copy the table from the screen, probably you can keep it written and you can write the exact values only. Excuse me, guys, I've got a severe throat infection, so you'll have to bear with my time. Okay, can you understand till this point? This is the only possibility, 100, 500, 600. It cannot be made in any other way. right? Should we move ahead? Clear है ना यहाँ तक सबको? Yes, चलो आगे चलते हैं. How do we move ahead now? Now, when you have used 100 here, 200 here, 300 here, 400 here, 500 here, 600 here, fine. Now tell me what should be the free amount. I mean, 200 to free hoga nahi, fine. And it's a natural number. We talked about this, no? The smallest we are saying is 100 possible. So now when you've got a value which is there, 100, there is just one person that is free, right? And there's nobody else. So can I say this is the guy here? So even if you don't get anything else in this set, and this is a small tip that you can use in the actual CAT exam, mock tests and all, can we say that the free amount definitely is nothing but 100 liters? Because nobody else could have got less than 100. Here it's a natural number, it cannot be zero. Fine. So there is definitely some free amount that we talked about. We had ruled out 50 and 150 earlier. So what is going to be this free amount? This has to be 100 and n ka value has to be 2. So n becomes 2 here and this is 100. So what you can definitely say now is that I've got the answer to this question at least. This, who among the following received the zero bill? So this zero bill, definitely this guy A in the month of January. You can mark this. I'm telling you this small thing because at times, you know what, when you are attempting the set towards the end of the test, you're not able to complete it, but you have cracked some part of the logic. So just have a quick look at the questions. Do not guess or do anything. Do not mark any flukes. But it's genuinely possible that you can answer a couple of questions from whatever part you have cracked till that time, right? So just keep this in mind. Right. Okay, let's go to the next step. ऐसे layers में इसको solve करते हैं and then all manageable. Now, when you know that all these are exhausted, 100, 200, so the next value possible for this B would be 700. अब इसमें what is the condition that's given here about B? There are 2-3 things given. We have cracked this complete A and D. We have to crack B and C. What are given about B and C? For C, C paid the highest bill among the 4 in the month of March. So here, whatever is the value for C, that would be the highest among the 4, right? C's average water consumption from Jan to March was also the highest. So it means that this 1000 is also the highest. So whatever is the value for B, obviously it's greater than these values, would be lower than the value for C. And one more thing is mentioned, that B's average consumption from Jan to March is a natural number. Now, look at B, for example. If it says it's a natural number, fine, and you know that everything is in the form of multiples of 100, what is the lowest possible value? 100, 200, 300, 400, 600, so it's gone. So can I say lowest would be 700? Don't write it. 700, 800, 900. This is the lowest. Now, I'm not writing it here. I'm just showing what would happen if we take it like that. If I take the values of B as like this, 700, 800, and 900. This is what I was saying. So what would be the average in that case? Do we need to add up and multiply and divide by 3? No. You can just look at by the concept of middle number. This is 700, this is 800, this is 900. This is 100 less and this is 100 more. So what would be the average in this case? This would be 800. And can I say that the average for B cannot be less than this 800 because we have taken the 3 lowest values possible. Just look at this. This is there. Till 600, no option. So 700, 800, 900. These 3 values are the 3 lowest values possible. And this is 800 average. So can I say that under any condition, the average for B cannot be less than 800? Now, can it be 800? This is the question. The problem is if I use this 700, 800, 900 here, this becomes 800. Where would C go? Just think about that. C in that case, what is the smallest value possible? Can I say it would be 1000? Now with 1000, how would C have an average of 1000? You get the point. I'm writing this. This is not to be written. And that's why I'm not putting in the main table. I'm writing this so that you are able to start visualizing like that. Can you understand this? If I make this 700, 800, 900, average is 800. But this value, then the lowest for C would be 1000 and then 1100, 1200. So how would this average maintain? Average 1000 means there'll be some values less than 1000 and some value greater than 1000. It has to be there like that, no? But when I take this, it is not possible. Fine. So there is no such value here. So what it means is that this is not possible for B. So B ka average 800 nahi ho sakta. It has to be a little more because this is the lowest set of values. Now, if it is a little more, what is the average of 800? Can I say an average of 800 is nothing but a sum of 2400? हम 3 months की बात कर रहे हैं ना. So for 3 months, if you're saying the average is 800, sum is 2400, which is these values 700, 800, 900, and this is not working because there is no compatible set of values for C. So can I say then this has to be greater than 2400? If the lowest set is not working for B, then it has to be greater than 2400. ये 2400 से ऊपर जाएगा. If this is greater than 2400, I'm telling you all this so that we don't use hit and trial and can do it by logic. If this is greater than 2400 and everything is in multiples of 100, can it be 2500? Just think. हो सकता है क्या ये sum 2500? नहीं हो सकता. The problem is that 2500 से जो average आएगा, that would not be a natural number. Do you need to divide this to check? तो ये है क्या? This is 25 into 100. ना 25 divide होगा ना 100 divide होगा. So 25 by 100 will not be a natural number. Likewise, can it be 2600? ये भी नहीं हो सकता. What would be the first number that will be possible then? Yeah, which will give you an average of 900. Do you get this point? ये बात समझ में आई आपको? Because 2400 and average of 800 is not working, the next possible average cannot be anything from 800 to 900 because the sums can be like that: 2400, 2500, 2600, 2700. 2500 by 3, not a natural number. 2600 by 3, not a natural number. 27 by 3 is a natural number which is going to give an average of 900. Now this 900 is the average value of B, which is going to work, and C would be at 1000. So if we can just write this parallelly, वैसे all what is written in my pen is the exact values, not the averages. But if I have to put something here, for example, so I'll say this is 900. इसको मैं ऐसे कर देता हूँ. So this is not the value for March, but I'm saying that the only possible average value for the 3 months for B, given the conditions, is 900. So when you start looking for the set of possible values, you look at this as 900 and nothing else. Do you get this point? I'm telling you all this so that you don't have to do hit and trial and can arrive here by logic. ठीक बात है ना ये? Abhishek, not daily, but yes, I come here frequently. Nobody, Tejeshwar, rest of you guys, एक बार हाँ बोल दो, then I'll move forward in this. खत्म होने वाले बस. Yes. All right. Now, if this is 900, now 900 means, again, we'll go back to our rough thing only. If this is 900 here, let's do this again. Let's say this is B and this is C. 900 average का मतलब क्या है? 900, we don't have to work about all this because this is already done. We know that 800 thing is gone and this is 1000 and this is 900. Now, how can you make an average of 900 using multiples of 100? Think about that. How can you make an average of 900? Let us start with the smallest possible values. 100 to 600 occupied. So I will start for, you can just think of it, this is like that. This is rough, but just for understanding again. It's like this, JFM. Now, what is the smallest value that I can put here? Let me put this as 700. This is 700. What is the second smallest value that I can put? 800. This is 800. Now, I need an average of 900 that we already established, no? 900 is the only average possible for B. If this is 900, fine. You need a sum of 2700, or you can just think of as the differences. So what is the third value for March? 700, 800, 1500. 1500 subtracted from 2700 will be 1200. Fine. So this would be the first value that you can use here. If this is the value, it would look like that. 700, 800, and 1200. So this is one feasible set. Or you could have thought like 700, 900 se kitna dur hai? 200 units. 800, 900 say 100 units. So 300 units less than 900. So what do you do on the other side? I'm saying that the average is 900, right? So what do you do on the other side then? This is 200 less, this is 100 less, 300 less, so 900 दूसरी साइड में ऐड कर दिया, so 900 plus 300 becomes 1200. So these are the three values. Now how would you make the average for C1000? ये कैसे बनेगा? Fine, how do you make this? 700 is gone, 800 is gone. Now when you talk about this, there are three values left in between. What are the three values? 900, 1000 and 1100. That can be used, and that is the only way. When you are talking about making an average of 1000, you need some values less than 1000 and some values more than 1000. All of them cannot be 1000. So the only possibility here is when you use 900, right? The only way you can do this as an average of 1000 is that you take these three. And this seems to work well. ये तो ऐसा लग रहा है सब सही काम कर रही हैं. But the problem would be that in this case, the highest value for March would be of B and not of C. And look at the condition that's given. In March, C paid the highest bill among the four. It means that when we are saying that the value of C is 1100 and B is 1200, it is a violation. So basically, this case is ruled out because of this reason. So we cannot use this. Now, you don't have to write this. You can check this mentally. मैं समझाने के लिए आपको लिख रहा हूँ यहाँ पर, but you can just check this mentally like that. Is there any other set that you can use in place of that? No. You have to make an average of 1000. To make an average of 1000, you need some value less than 1000. How many values less than 1000 are available? Just one, which is 900. You have used it. Now, what is the next lowest value you can use? 1000. वो आपने यूज किया. This is 1100. If you think हम इसको avoid करके ऊपर ले जाएं, then the average would shoot above 1000. There is no other possible set of values. तो और मुश्किल हो जाएगा ना. So जो average पे the values are concentrated. So if I use 900, if I use 1000, 1000 से कितना अभी तक हमें less मिला है? सिर्फ 100 units. So I cannot make it 1300, 1400 or like that. So what this tells us is that when I take these smallest possible values for B, 700, 800, like that, it is not going to give me a result. What I will try now is, एक दो केसेस और देखने इसके अंदर. If this is not going to work, again सोचो कैसे करेंगे हम इसमें. And ये सोचना ही है सिर्फ. If I use 700 and the average has to be 900, can I say that this is another possible set? This is 700, 700, 800, two lowest. We are going methodically. So what is the next we can check? Can I say we can check this? How much would be the average in that case? This is fine. 700, 900, 1100. So yeah, 200 less, 200 more. This seems to work. 700, 900, 1100. Now, in this case, can we have a set of values for C that works? It seems like कितना average चाहिए हमें? 1000. अब यहाँ पर the good thing is that they have not choked all the smaller values. Fine. So 700 is there, 900 is there, but 800 is available. Let us use 800. If we use 800, fine. 900 is not again available, but 1000 is. We can use 1000 here. It is satisfying. This is 200 less than 1000. So what do we need here? 200 more than 1000. Then the average would be 1000. So how much would this become? This would become 1200. And this is a feasible set. So basically this set where the value for B for JFM are 700, 900 and 1100. And the values for C for JFM are 800, 1000 and 1200 is a feasible set that satisfies all the conditions. Are you with me till this stage? ये बात आपको समझ में आई कि कैसे जो values हैं यहाँ पर satisfy कर रही हैं? They are satisfying all the conditions. C's average is higher. ये तो हमने पहले establish कर दिया था. And C's March bill would also be higher. You can see this. B's is 1100 units. C's is 1200 units. Any other condition that's being violated? Nothing. So this is definitely one set of values that is satisfying all the conditions. You got this point? समझ में आई बात यहाँ तक? बस खत्म होने वाला है. चलो. अब you have done this. Would you answer the questions using this? No. We have to just make it exhaustive. कुछ और तो नहीं है जो बचता है. So what would we do? ज़्यादा तो possibilities ही नहीं है. This is BC again. Now, when you look at this, you started with 700, 800, 700, 900. Is there any other way that you can start with 700? No. नहीं बन पाएगा. Because you need 700, 900 आपको एवरेज चाहिए. तो उस केस में इसी तरीके से यहाँ पर ये प्रॉब्लम आने वाला है. So what you try doing is, अगर आपको इसमें देखना है, you can start with 800 kind of example. So for example, if I start with 800 here, ऐसे देखो इसको, if I start with 800, and what do I need? I need an average of 900 only still. If I start with 800, I need an average of 900. Fine. What can I do? What is the next value that I can put here? If I take the value as a higher value, like 1000 all, it will never satisfy. So the only possibility that looks like is this. Can we say this? 800, 900, 1000. If we do this 800, 900, 1000, average is 900. And for this also, because for C, we'll need to make an average of 1000. It should be okay. Why okay? Because we have left 700. 100 से 600 occupied है, but since we have used only 800, 900, 700 is still available. So here it will definitely be 700. उसके बिना तो बन ही नहीं पाएगा. Now this is 700, this is 1000. तो काफी scope है. हमारे पास 300 less है. But 800, 900 both are gone. So what is the next value that I can put here? That can be, if I take this as 700, I can use 1000 or 1000 and 1300, or what else can I use here? This would be how much? 700, 1100, 1200. Yeah. Why did we use these values? Because 1000 is also gone, 800, 900, 1000 is all gone. So the only possibility, if you look at the difference of the 700 from 1000, it's 300 less. We need 300 more. So 300 more का सिर्फ एक ही possibility है, that 1000, this is 100 more, and this is 200 more. So you have to start balancing these numbers like that. So if you look, compare it with 1000, this is minus 300, this is plus 100, and this is plus 200. So the balance out and the average is stuck at this 1000. So this means that this is the second set. So there are two such sets then that satisfy all the conditions. So they would be like 7, 9, 11 here, and 8, 10, 12 here, and 8, 9, 10 here, and 7, 11, 12 here. Both of them satisfy everything, and we are good here. Just check this once. Do you get this, guys? Yeah. All right. So what we'll do is that ये जो मैंने यहाँ लिखा है इसको हम लिखेंगे नहीं. We could simply have just copy it, do it in the mind and put it like that. So how do we put it? इनको the way would be that you write them as parallel configuration. So one set of values then would be this is the first set of values, and here you can just put it like that. This would be equal to you could have just kept it like 900 only, but it shows the cases clearly, so that's why I've put this slash over here. So it's the exactly same set of values: 700, 900, 1100, and 800, 900, 1000. 800, 900, 1000, 800, 1000, 1200. Yes, and 700, 1100, 1200. Fine. With this, you can answer everything here. You got this, guys? Next class कब है? We'll announce. Sure. Questions answer कर रहे हैं सब? So basically ये है क्या, इसमें बस एक और चीज ध्यान रखना, that whatever is written before slash is the first case. So if you are saying this is 700, then with this 700 you take this value as 900, take this value as 1100. ये तो वैसे भी average मैंने लिख दिया था यहाँ पर. If you want you can remove this now. And this is 800. So this 700, 800, 900, 1000, 1100, 1200, it is one case. The second case is 800, 700, 900, 1100, and 1000, 1200. This is the second case. So these are two cases. It's advisable that you don't make two tables. If it's possible to write it neatly, gadbad nahi karni hai, you do not have to make a silly mistake, then put it in one table like that and then you can answer accordingly. इसको देखकर आप आंसर कर सकते हो. इस स्लैश के पहले वाला सारा एक केस है. Fine. So corresponding to this 700, this value would be 1200, this value 1100, this value 1000, like that. So corresponding to this 900, this value would be 800, 700, 11. It's like that. So this is a good practice. Slash ke pehle is one case, slash ke baad mein is one case, and these values are constant for everything. So this is how it is then dealt with. Let me just show you the questions then. We had answered one already. If in at least one of the 3 months someone paid a higher bill than C, what is B's bill in March? Okay. When could somebody have paid a higher bill than C? When higher bill than C, to dekho, if you look at this, B and C ke beech mein it's the competition, then higher bill than C is only possible in January by B. Dekho isko. If we talk about the second case, which is written after the slash, then B is 800 units and C is 700 units. So basically we are talking about the second case here. Fine. What is the question? What is B's bill in March? So it says second case mein, what is the bill of B in March? Second case mein, what is the number of units consumed by B in March? This is 1000. How many are free? 100 are free. We already know that 100 units free. तो हम पहले ही कर चुके हैं. And 2. So if 100 units are free, how many would B need to pay for? 100 minus, 1000 minus 100 will be 900. And what is the rate? 1 rupee per liter. So what would be the answer here? 900. Okay, so we've answered this already. If C paid the highest bill in each of the 3 months, then which of the following statements must be true? If C paid the highest bill in each of the 3 months. Now, if C paid the highest bill in each of the 3 months, what is the meaning here? Is it case 1 or case 2? Case 1, because यहाँ पर देखो it's 700. देखो इन सारे में तो obviously C is higher than D, C is higher than B. बाकी सबसे इसमें C is higher. हमेशा सिर्फ एक ही exception था यहाँ पर January वाला. So if it says that C paid the highest bill in each of the 3 months, which of the following statements must be true? So higher bill means here, C is higher. So we're talking about this case 1 here. Statements check करने हैं. B consumed 600 more than D in March. B March. No. B consumed 600 more than D in March. B, no, this is 700. 1100 minus 400, not true. B consumed 300 more than A in February. February, no, this is 400. B consumed 400 more than D in February. B, D, February. B, D, February. The difference is 900 minus 300, 600. So these 3 are not true. Then answer has to be D. देख भी लेते हैं, वैसे एग्जाम में जरूरत नहीं होगी. B and A in January. B and A in January. So this is 700 and 100. It's 600. So BA is 600. It gives you the answer. And the last question. What is the total bill paid by ABCD in February? ABCD February. What is the total bill paid? So you know how this is going to work. This is constant 300. This is 500 constant. So this is 800, and this is 800 plus 1000 and 900, and this is 2700 consumption total here. And यहाँ पर it'll be 500, 900, 1100. This is 2800. So in this case here, the consumption is 2700. In this case here, the consumption is 2800. So I mean, the consumption is like that. Second case. So what would be the bill? There'll be two values. In this 2700, everybody would be given a waiver for the first 100 units. So can I say, I mean, I don't have to do it separately. I'll not do this 400, 800, 900. Don't have to do this. No, you add this up, it becomes 2700. Everybody gets a waiver of 100 first 100 units because everybody is more than 100 here. So it means what? That bill here would be 2300. And what would happen here? 2800 के केस में भी same होगा. Everybody gets a waiver of 100. So what would this become? 2400. Or what you could have done is count like this: 400 plus 800 plus 1000 plus 200. It'll give you that same 2400. It's the same thing. So what would be the answer here in this case? It'll be 2300 or 2400, which becomes option D here. And this is where we close the set. Did you get this? समझ में आई बात? Yes. Sure guys, then I'll close this. एक और आपको इम्पोर्टेंट चीज बतानी थी इसमें बस. ये सेट इज डन. हम लोग ने टेस्ट सीरीज स्टार्ट किया है. इफ यू आर somebody who has already started taking the tests, you can enroll for this. What we have done is, and something that I would want to do is, we have launched 6 free mock tests, sectionals, subject based. Fine. So register here and then you can take them. So if you're somebody who has gone through a few topics already, this might make sense for you. Fine. So just look at this and see if you'd want to do this. I'll close this session, guys. I'll see you again soon. We'll announce it. I'm a bit under the weather, so we'll have to decide when exactly can I do this next, right? I wish you all the best for your preparation, guys. I'll see you soon again. Goodbye.